of the NFL is underway. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. They go to the former Saint, Mark Ingram. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. That one good for 13 and a Raven first down. Baltimore was the most run-heavy team in the league last year after Lamar Jackson took over as a starter. And you think about Mark Ingram, he goes from a situation where he was sharing time with Kamara in New Orleans. Now he figures to be the top guy in the Baltimore backfield. Although I guess you could say he's kind of splitting time with his quarterback, Lamar Jackson. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jordan Poyer. And he'll be brought down at his own 10-yard line. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. To the air. Allen. He'll let it go deep. They've got his man. Complete. He's at the 40. Past the 20. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Robert Foster, 92 yards, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. And I think it's safe to say we won't call many touchdown passes longer than that this year, partner.
No, I would agree with that totally. And right now, you're looking at an offensive coordinator. Conservative would not go next to his name. Risk taker, definitely, because he valued the opportunity to create a big play against what could have been disaster if they end up getting sacked or fumbling the ball in the shadow of their own goal line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 to score as they start 1st and 10. This pass into the arms of Snead. That's good for a Raven first down, 15 yards there. But no matter your experience level as a quarterback, you throw an interception on that first drive, maybe a little shaken up. Nice response there to get their first down.
I think you make an excellent point. I don't care who you are. You throw an interception, it's going to get to you a little bit. But the ones that we've seen that are the best, you never notice it. They don't come to the bench, throw their helmets, they don't do any of that. They just go back out the next drive and act like it never happened. And that's what we're seeing here.
And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace. From the gun on 3rd down, Jackson. That's caught by the former Sooner, Mark Andrews. And he will have the first down as he gets this to the 47. First connection there of the afternoon for those two, and it's good for a first down. Jackson now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10. Now it's Jackson rolling to his right. Now he'll let it go. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 16. And he'll take this back all the way up past the 45-yard line.
That's now his second interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 12 yards that time and a Bills first down.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
On second down now, it's Moss. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2, now third down.
Check 59, Mike is 59, Mike is 59. Hey, Delta.
Throwing is Allen on third. Throw left side, complete to Moss. And they'll get him down at about the 37, well short of the first.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration, now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
And he'll lay out and pull it in. What a diving catch there. That's good for 28 yards.
There's simply no sense in wasting a great catch like that on a short gain. Get downfield like you just did there and use it up that way.
No dink and dunk. Here's Jackson to throw. Towards the end zone for Brown. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. Marquise Brown, 47 yards, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This is taken at the 3. And he'll weave his way up, all the way up, a few yards shy.
I should do a lot of things on offense.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. 10-7 our score after 1 right here on EA Sports.
At 319. Hey, home. What we got? Do. We're done.
On 2nd and 9, Allen nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
That's how we do.
Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect, they know how to scheme their way back to the quarterback as well.
So after the sack, Allen and the Bills with work to do on 3rd and long. On 3rd and long, it's Allen. Oh, did he hang on to it? He did on the dive. Nice grab. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens 35. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. They'll run it now out of the gun. The tackle made by the corner, Jimmy Smith.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
From the 31, Allen. There goes a deep ball, end zone, and that is caught. Touchdown, Buffalo. Robert Foster with his second touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Bills will add on to their lead. Hauschka with the extra point, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. Hauschka now to send this one away following the score. This one fielded at the 5. 25-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows?
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Star Latulele forced his way through, drops him for a loss of 10 yards. So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. Throwing is Jackson. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Trent Murphy, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. There's Jackson on 3rd and long. That'll be taken in there by Miles Boykin. And all the way down to the 40-yard line. A big play that time for the Ravens. 46 yards. So the big play moves them all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. Jackson hit, and he lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
On 2nd and 15 now. Jackson towards the end zone for Brown. And that is caught, but the back judge right there to say incomplete. Marquise Brown, the rookie, his intended target, and it'll bring up 3rd down. From the gun, it's Jackson. He's got his man. It's Andrews. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. The Ravens get a new set of downs, give him 17 on that pickup. Jackson now, 7 of 10 here in this first half, and he's got a 1st and 10. To throw is Jackson. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Jerry Hughes make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down. Caught the defense off guard there a bit on 2nd and long, but now you still have to deal with 3rd and long.
Yeah, you do, but you feel pretty good about the last play, don't you? And maybe it gives you a little bit of confidence dialing up the next one, that maybe your team will believe in it when you send it in.
Call it a gain of 5, 4th down now.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
Tucker named the league's all-pro kicker for the 3rd time in 2018.
Go ahead and admit it. The only time that you get excited about Justin Tucker kicking is when he actually misses. And excited is not the right word. Surprise is more what we're talking about. 90.1% coming into 2019. He's incredible.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well, so that changes everything that you're doing here. Without those timeouts, you can only work the sidelines, hoping to get out of bounds. Here, the middle of the field is still available because you can call timeout and regroup.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing now is Allen. The throw on target to his receiver, McKenzie. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 14 yards, and the Bills will get a new set of downs. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. On play action, Allen. He'll let it go deep for Foster. That's caught inside the 20. And he finally is out of bounds, but he's down inside the 20-yard line. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. This is caught. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. Talk about a big first half. Already has the 2 touchdowns, adding to his receiving total there and picking up the 1st down.
He's coming off the line so fast. I think he's intimidating the defensive backs with his explosion.
Under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sack back around the 8. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal.
You can't block me. You can't block me.
Here's Allen. And this is caught for a Bills touchdown. Tyler Kroft, his first touchdown on the year. And the Bills will add on to their lead. Hauschka adds the extra point. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the 2nd quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the 2nd half. Now, that's the kind of return that warms the heart of a special teams coach. He'll be pushing us next time, Brandon, to make sure his guys are introduced in the starting lineups. These guys have such an influence on every game. The unsung heroes, remember, they have their own meetings, their own practice time, heck, their own spot on the bench in order to be ready to play each and every week.
A big run there, 29 yards and a 1st. Throwing now, Jackson on 1st down. Flushed out right. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. From the left hash, this from 34. And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Bills with the lead, and they'll get the football first as the 2nd half is underway. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the 2nd half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the 2nd half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 7.
Half 10.
Man, I got you.
On 3rd down, Allen. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And fourth down now coming up. So good coverage there defensively as it looks like they'll force a punt on this opening drive of the third.
Well, let's coach them up a little bit from right here in the booth. That's exactly what they needed to do. They need to start stringing together some stops, turn their ball over back to their offense, and trying to get back into this game.
Yeah, a couple scores down, but they can eat into that quickly with a nice drive here on the other side. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half two.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Back to the ground, this time with Ingram. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down. I was pretty surprised there when they lined up to run it on second and long, but it worked out for them.
It certainly did, and that requires some confidence, some fortitude, and a little bit of hope, doesn't it? You hope you catch the defense just right and break off a big run to help yourself out on the next down.
A gain of 8 and a first down. Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. It's complete to Snead. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. The Ravens get a new set of downs, give them 17 on that pickup. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on first and 10. Now Jackson. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by Micah Hyde. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
11 yards and a Buffalo first down. Allen off the play fake. He'll let it go deep for Foster. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
I remember a coach telling me a long time ago the difference between playing corner and safety in the NFL. Corner is like the Autobahn. Everybody just flying by, and these corners have been really busy in this game, although they got it done on the last play.
On the last play, yes, but there have been some good numbers put up against them offensively.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
It's second and 8 at their 48-yard line.
From just shy of midfield, Allen, he's going to go for a big play downfield. Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. A big play here for the Bills. 49 yards. After the big play, a chance to finish now on first and goal. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Stephon Diggs, his intended receiver. But it'll be second and goal. They'll go again from the 3 here on second and goal.
Come on.
They'll try to run this one in. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down. Line of scrimmage at the 4. Here's third and goal. From the gun, it's Allen. Flush to his right. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Marcus Peters. And he'll be brought down at his own 10-yard line. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
And he'll take this one only up to about his 13-yard line. Tackle made there by Matt Milano.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. On 2nd and 7, Jackson forced out to his left. He'll try and run it. Jackson always a threat to run. He's got the first down. He was the NFL's leading rusher among QBs a year ago. Charles, this one not over, certainly, but you set the magic number earlier in this game at 20 points, said that they would need to hold them right around that marker under it. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Jerry Hughes in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
Jackson's throw on target to Willie Snead. They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on third. In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. From the gun, Jackson. He's got it to Ingram, complete. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. The Ravens get a new set of downs, give them 17 on that pickup. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
On first down, Dobbins. And he's got this down to the 35. 10 yards there, good enough for a Raven first down.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
Room here to run. There goes Mark Ingram. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Mark Ingram, his 6th touchdown of the season, as his guys are back within a single score. Here we go now as we get set for a big 2-point conversion. Jackson from the shotgun. And he will get into the end zone as a 2-point conversion is successful. And the lead is down to a field goal here in the 4th. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. I'm curious to see, Charles, about the play calling on this drive. Last time out, the interception that led to a touchdown. Here we are. I mean, very close, 1-score game.
Yeah, and if I'm a defender, I'm actually chirping to you on the other side of the ball, saying, hey, we picked off the last one. What you going to do about it now? So when you do throw the football, high percentage, but throw it with confidence. Because if there's any hesitancy at all, it could end up in enemy's hands again.
Protein spill.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Moss, and not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Now, the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
Allen now on third down. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to fourth down. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try and cut down the length of the drive.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Check. Check out route.
From midfield now, here's Jackson. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off at the 33. And they finally put it into this return, but not before he's all the way down to the 37. So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. They'll run on first down. Moss. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down.
4 yards on the pickup.
I can't believe they let you play.
Second down
I can't believe they even let you play.
at the 33-yard line.
No. Hey, hold. Hey, Zoo. Go.
Back to throw. Allen. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. So after the sack, Allen and the Bills with work to do on 3rd and long.
He's checking. Middle.
Hey, Haywood.
Now Allen. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch.
Tighten up.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Eluding the pressure right. And now he'll tuck it and run. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds remaining in the football game. On 2nd down, it's Ingram, and he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the 1st down.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Over the middle, complete. That's Andrews. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game. Here's Jackson. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A well-executed 22-yard gain. So now here comes the field goal team for the 3rd time today. This to potentially send us to overtime. Tucker's kick is good. And that will tie this game here in the final minute of play. So in the final minute, they turn it over to their kicker to get him back to even, and he does not disappoint.
Brandon, do you think the pressure ever gets to this guy? Because I sure don't. That was pretty smooth right there. But I tell you, he better not rest on his laurels, because there's a good chance they may need him again if this game goes to overtime.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range. Not much. In a tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk-reward, okay? If you go for it, what is the absolute reward on this? But the risk is probably greater. Run the clock out, get to overtime, and try and win it there.
All right, we'll see if they do just that.
Come on. First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
To throw is Allen. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off at the 45. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Tie game, probably time for one final play here. What do you do in this spot?
Now you're thinking about Hail Mary. You've got to find a way to heave it.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Final whistle blows, and we need some extra time here to decide who will be the victor.
60 minutes, just not enough some days to decide who's going to win the game.
It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
This will be fielded at the 6. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, they'll start this drive at about the 37-yard line.
At their own 37-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They're set for their first drive here in overtime, and this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team, and that first drive can dictate the whole thing because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
It's been loud in here so far. And a 6-yard gain gets them right around the 43. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. A 10th carry here for Mark Ingram.
But that's all about doing the dirty work right there defensively. 2nd and short yardage, that's all about plugging those gaps, not giving a running back a crease to run through, and has a nice job to hold him just a couple and force a 3rd down.
Hoping to keep this OT drive alive. Now they face a 3rd and 2. They'll try to run for the first with Ingram. And he's got the first down before being taken down at the 46. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
A gain of 9 yards. And a Raven first down.
Always got some breathing room. And give him a gain of 37.
This is one of those plays that has an equal chance of either being a big gain or a big loss, but with the college influence, we're seeing more of these plays come into the NFL.
They'll run here with Ingram. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
Leads to 2nd and goal at the Bills' 8-yard line.
Nothing on first down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, 2nd and goal. 2 minutes left in this overtime session, and still all tied. Nothing on first down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, 2nd and goal. Stepping up, he'll try and run. He's able to call his own number for 8 that time, but it leaves him with a 3rd down.
Some good, strong running right there. Some power and some explosiveness just about got him into the end zone.
Another chance to maybe end it right here. This is 3rd and goal. He'll try to run this one in. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore. Now, partner, a great game that we got to see and making it extra special. Not only did I get 4 quarters with you in this one, I got some overtime, a little whipped cream on top.
Look at you, trying to make this whole thing palatable.
I just want you to pay for my meal later.
You really just wanted 4 quarters what you wanted, but how much fun was that? We had that type of a game where we got us to overtime, and then we get the dramatic ending to finish things off as well. What a game.
So for the Ravens, the streak lives as they move to 13-0 now on the year, and they will head back home.